Hey sis, welcome back to Let's Talk Sis with your girl Cala. Today we're stepping into episode 4, part 2, Built to Impact, Called to Lead Boldly with our special guest, Kaneshia Brinson. If you've ever questioned your purpose, struggled with obedience, or wondered if you're really equipped for what God placed inside of you, this conversation is most definitely for you. Get ready for powerful truth, real transformation, and a kingdom impact. If you enjoyed part 1, you're going to enjoy part 2.
Kaneshia is a powerhouse. It is just amazing to hear how she's talking and so encouraging and so transparent because that's what we need these days. This younger generation needs to understand that just because we're glittering doesn't mean that we did not go through the dust to get to the glitter. So whenever you hear her talking, I get excited is because that I know that she's just amazing and it's pure. So it's back on you, sis. Yeah.
Leadership is literally
And
a gift that you can't suppress and you can't hide. You
that
cannot.
that right there, that's tea. That's tea. What did God have to develop in you before he could trust you with more? I think you muted. Okay.
I would say for me, I'm sorry, that was Avery.
Oh, you okay?
She
You
got
okay?
excited about that word, baby.
Come on.
I would say my ability to bounce back from any situation,
Yeah.
my perseverance,
Yeah.
because like I said, the enemy is going to attack because he don't go to empty vaults. He literally
Mm-mm.
come
He
to
don't go.
steal,
Hold on,
kill,
sis.
and destroy.
Uh-huh.
He not fighting nobody that's on his side.
Yeah.
He not fighting those people who are followers. Excuse me, baby. Here. He's not fighting the followers. He's fighting the leaders.
Yeah.
He's fighting the ones that know who they are. So
Yeah.
for me, I would say ever since I was a little girl, nothing has ever been easy for me.
Yeah.
Nothing has ever been easy, and now I know
Yeah.
if he could, because the enemy with me, he want to steal my voice.
Mm-hmm.
He want to kill he want to kill my spirit,
Mm-hmm.
and he want to destroy my gift. And and
Oof.
and I know that already. However, the fleshly side of me, sometimes I fight the wrong way. And I had to realize that because when you have a gift, you know you can use your gift for good and evil.
And that's it. That's it.
So with being in the world, I had to realize that if I'm going to be a leader, it's places that I used to go, I can't go no more.
That's it.
It's things that I used to say and do, I can't do and say no more. So when I tell you that leadership sometimes don't feel like a gift, I mean that.
Exactly.
We
Absolutely.
have to go through so much. I mean, we have to go through, and I would say that the isolation is hard because who don't want to be accepted?
Yeah.
Who don't want to feel love?
Yeah.
Who don't want to feel? And I'm never the one that want to be popular. However,
Yeah.
you do want to feel connected,
Yeah.
but you want to be connected to the true plug. Because
Truth.
see,
Mm.
the plug is it's some moments in my life that I felt unplugged.
Mm.
And I
Girl,
had
you
to go
better come
back to
on
the
here.
source. I had to go back to the source because we know that just like our phones, we have to charge it every now and then. Nobody, I don't know, maybe some older people, but I can't go days without charging my phone.
Look, when they get close, when that red bling and say you got 20%, you panicking. Oh,
Panicking. That's how we should be about God.
that's it. That's it.
You should never go without charge. You
That's
should
it.
never go without being connected. But he literally had to sit me down and shut me up for me to realize all of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he told me, he said, when I release you, I'm gonna release you with a testimony. And the name that he gave me for that testimony is the me you don't see. Because yeah, people see they see you when you up. Yeah, people hear me when I speak well. However, it's a me that you don't see. You didn't see those nights that I cried out saying, Lord, what is this?
Yeah.
You didn't see the days where I got up and I didn't feel myself, but I kept pushing and going anywhere. Anyway, you didn't see the days that I laid in my bed without getting up, going through depression. You didn't feel what I felt when I felt rejected by others because I wasn't being invited no more, or
Yep.
because I just didn't feel that I was getting the love and respect from others that I usually get. But what I realized is, Calla, it was people who was falling in love with my hand and not my heart.
My heart. Ooh, come on. Because
So
God
in
put you
that
at a
quiet
certain
season,
standard and your
man,
quality. They just want you to be a part of the quantity, but you got the quality. So when you have the quality, you can't be with the quantity.
no, you cannot. And it's
Ooh,
like in that quiet, that season of isolation, I start realizing who fell in love with my hand and who fell in love with my heart.
ooh, come
Be-
on.
because I'm often the encourager, but I can count on one hand how many people call and actually see about me or encourage me. Like my husband, he always used to say, um, I scratch other people back, but when mine itch, I gotta put it up against the wall.
The wall. Come on.
So that season of isolation don't feel good.
Mm-mm.
But you got to do it anyway, and you got to do it scared, because I was scared in that season. I was scared that I would never get my voice back. I was scared that he wasn't going to use me, but he said, I got you.
That's it.
Your obedience, though. It's the
That's it.
obedience. Nothing moves God more than obedience and praise. Nothing moves him more than obedience and praise. I mean, when I tell you, in this day and age, people are so depressed and down that I appreciate God for pulling me up out of my rut. I appreciate that. I appreciate him redeeming my story and my testimony to tell it to others.
You got to. You have to share your story. You have to share your
Absolutely.
story because there's somebody somewhere out there who needs it, and you're going to help save their life. You're just going to help save their life. And
Yeah.
I just got one. I know I knew our stuff was going to be fire. I knew it. But this question right here, I know you're going to kill it. How do you stay focused on your assignment without comparison?
I would say you need a village. Just like kids need a village, we need a village. You have to have people around you who are just as strong as you, if not stronger.
Yeah,
And then you have to constantly seek God in all things. I thought that I didn't have to talk to God about the small things, even small decisions, even small actions. You still need to talk to God about it. You need to consult with the Father.
yeah,
And another thing I started to do is I encourage myself.
yeah,
I have to encourage myself. It was, I remember seasons where I didn't feel the way I was supposed to feel. I would listen to it. I had songs, and I'm not gonna say they were always gospel songs, because I
yeah,
listen to all music,
yeah,
but I literally depended on music sometimes. Another thing is taking care of yourself, making sure you make some time for you. Yes, I'm
yeah.
a wife. Yes, I'm a mother. Yes, I'm an educator. But before all of that, I'm Kaneshia.
That's
I'm a
it.
I'm an individual. And if I don't love me, who will? Who will?
Yeah.
You have to love you
Yo,
more than anything and anybody else. You have to love you. You
absolutely.
only get one you. You don't get to go to rent a center and rent another, you. And you got to keep your mind healthy, because more than anything, Calla, the enemy want our mind. If he can tap into our mind and make us believe certain things, he got us.
He got it. Your vision gone.
Your
You
vision is
blind.
gone. And I
You're
want to
blind.
say, that the internet and social media and all these different outlets that we have access to is tainting our minds sometimes.
Sometimes that's
That's
why
why
you
you
got
have to
to
be careful.
come on. We was about to say the same
Girl,
thing.
you
You
have to
have
be,
to be
because it's
careful.
pollution. It's
Yes.
pollution. It look a certain way. Okay, because when we're online, we're like, oh, this person have that, or oh, online said that I should be at this point, and I should have this amount of money, and you literally have to say, okay, let me ground myself, let me focus.
Yeah.
Who am I? what am I called to do, and how can I be of benefit to this world?
Yeah.
Times get hard.
Hmm.
Times get hard because you will sit around and nitpick every flaw that you have if you sit on this internet and you watch everything and everybody.
Yeah.
So for me, I had to take the blinders off, and I had to see who was around me and what was inside, because happiness and being a leader is an inside job.
Yeah.
It takes a strong, honest, professional person to lead others, because I'm going to tell you, people will piss you off.
Absolutely.
But if you are grounded and focused, you know above all else love.
That's it.
Above everything else, love. So for me, I would say that the in between, it was uncomfortable. It sometimes was depressing. However, it was the me you don't see. So when he gave me that title to my testimony, he said, Kaneshia, people see strength in you. People see leadership in you. People see you doing good. It's a part of you that they don't see. And that's what I want you to tell. And that's why he set me down and had me quiet for 3 years, because I had to see me before I explain to other people the me that you don't see. People don't get to see me crying out and praying. People don't get to see that. People don't get to see or feel how I feel when I feel like I'm being rejected or isolated.
Yeah.
So when I tell you that, my testimony, he was constantly adding, depositing more to my testimony. But I will say, after all, he gave me a title to it. It's called The Me You Don't See.
And I can't wait for you to come out with a book.
Girl, oh, I receive that. I
Come
receive
on.
that.
God didn't
But
give you that title for you to sit on it.
that's it. I didn't know what
Execute.
I was gonna do with it, but
Execute.
I knew that he wanted me to share my testimony with others. I remember you were a part of the first group of people that I had ever shared, besides my mom. I'm gonna talk about this, and I'm gonna let you go to your next question. We was running a young women's group, if you could remember, the Chrysalis Club. And I
Yeah.
remember, I prayed one night and I said, Lord, why would you put on my heart for me to share with these little girls that I was sexually abused? Why
Yeah.
would you put that on my heart? You know that that's an uncomfortable thing for me. You know I never dealt with that. You
Yeah.
know I haven't even shared with my mom yet.
Yeah.
He pushed me and he pressed me.
Press. Pushed and
He
pressed.
pushed and pressed until I told that testimony. And I remember the day that I did it. I can remember it just like yesterday. And I was so
Hmm.
blessed to have my sister in there, because then I didn't have to feel awkward explaining it to her, but I shared
Right.
with them in that moment. So many young women came to me after that to say, hey, me too.
Mhm. It was like something broke.
Yes.
Something broke to help set them free by saying, oh my God, I don't have to feel on this island by myself. Someone can help me get through it, or somebody,
That's
I
right.
can lean on somebody who I know who really cares and hear me and understand, versus them going and telling auntie, mom, and they're like, girl, go and get down, go sit
That's
down. So,
it.
well, that didn't happen.
That's it.
They had you as that person to help connect that piece to help set them free so they won't be in bondage for the rest of their life.
That's right. And I literally had, young ladies saying, if you could make it, I could make it too.
You sure did.
If you're okay, if you're now in your career, you married, you about to have a baby. If you could make it, I could make it too. And that's what I want my testimony to be. I have so many other parts to my testimony, but I just want to share that one thing to say, you was there when I first broke that. And I,
Hmm.
at the time, I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't call myself somebody who was doing ministry. I didn't know that was ministry that we was doing.
Absolutely,
All
ministry.
I knew is that we were committed. We would go there on Saturdays. We would meet with
Yeah,
the girls. We just had our girls club going. That's all I thought.
that's it.
But it was a jump start. It was a jump start to my leadership. It was a jump start to me possessing the strength that I needed to walk into my calling. It was a
Ooh,
jump start. So when I went back, going back to what I told you earlier, isolation feels like you're being buried,
yeah,
but you a seed.
yeah.
So when the storm is raging and the water is falling, because guess what? We're gonna face trials and tribulations. It's gonna be some rainy days. He didn't even promise us that every day would be all sunshine and bubbles and giggles.
No, he did not.
He
Where did we
literally
get that
told
from?
us.
Where did
That's
we get that
the
from?
flesh desire that.
Yep.
However, that rain is what it takes for that seed to grow. Let them throw dirt on you, baby. Let the enemy use any and everybody he can to throw dirt on you, because I promise you, God is gonna water it and make sure that you grow. You can see when you see leaders, you should be looking at the fruit that they bear.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I wouldn't follow nobody, no fruitless tree. I'm not following nobody who don't possess no fruit. I don't see nothing growing. I don't want to
That's
follow
good.
anybody who's dead inside. I don't want to follow
That's it.
anybody whose dreams and their passion is dead.
That's
That's
it.
that's why I work so hard on me, because when people see me, I want them to see strength. I want them to see positivity, and I want them to see that if Kaneshia can make it, I can make it too.
I love it, sis. I
That's what
love
I
it.
want.
I love it. And my last question for you on this afternoon is I really want you to come with it on this one. Speak to her. And the question that I have for you is what would you say to the woman who knows she's called but feels unqualified?
If you know you call, he qualified those he called. For a woman who, like I said, a calling, when it's a calling, it's gonna keep calling.
Yeah,
You gotta know that you're her. You're it.
that's
You're the
it.
it girl. You're that girl. Because the world will beat you down and make you believe if you don't have the flyest and the most expensive, and if you don't have if you're not keeping up with the Joneses, then you're not actually called, because you would have this, that, and the other, or you would look like this, that. It does not matter. When you look at the people that he used in the Bible, he never used nobody. Nobody was perfect. He always redeemed people.
Yep.
Everybody that he used had some type of flaw. Some of them, some of them were even murderers, so we know that he redeemed those he called. And all it takes is one prayer sometimes. And that one prayer
Yeah.
might be as simple as, Lord, use me. Like they said in a song, whatever you're doing in this season, please don't do it without me. If
Don't
you
do
know,
it.
if you know that you are called, it's time to answer the call. And here's why. If you don't answer the call, something's gonna die. And what's gonna die is your gift. What's gonna die is your joy. What's gonna die is your passion. So get up every day, pull yourself together, pull yourself out of the rut. Let the isolation do what it's supposed to do, because after isolation is celebration, and ultimately it's all for preparation for the celebration. You have to get up and keep showing up. You got to show up for you. Nobody else gonna do it. You have to take these trials and tribulations and know that it's for his glory and it's for your good.
Mm,
Because where you're headed, this is me speaking to her. The place that you're headed to is on higher ground.
come on.
Okay. And
Come
because
on.
it's on higher ground, it's going to call for a different you,
Yeah.
a new you. Okay.
Yeah.
And within that new, you're gonna feel uncomfortable. The enemy's gonna make it like it's not working for you. He's gonna make it look like you won't obtain what it is that you're trying to obtain. However, I want you to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Because that period of preparation, kind of like the butterfly, like I started talking about, the Christmas club, everything coming together now.
You get everything
Um,
coming back.
the caterpillar wraps itself up in a cocoon.
Come on, break it down.
And, when it's a caterpillar, nothing about the caterpillar make us believe that it's going to be a beautiful butterfly one day. All we know is it's
Right.
just a little fat,
So,
hairy
like,
caterpillar, right? But that caterpillar eats until it go in the cocoon. They eat it constantly, eat. That's what you need to do. You need to constantly feed on the
constantly feed
word.
on daily deposits.
You got to do daily deposits, because once you in that period of isolation, it's a transformation. You're going to be transformed.
Yep.
Okay. And when you're transformed and you come out, you will never look nor feel the same way that you did before then.
Absolutely.
It's a new version of you. But with the butterfly, the biology of it all, and the praise, the breakthrough with it all is, if you go and you watch the butterfly emerging from the cocoon, it struggles its way out. So it's a little hole that's cut, and it has to struggle out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in that struggle that the wings become strong enough to fly when it actually emerge. Okay.
Yeah.
If by any chance somebody cut that cocoon open, or let's say the cocoon is weak and the butterfly don't get to struggle, it'll never take flight. So stop looking for easy ways out. Stop looking for somebody to rescue and save you, because it is in the struggle that you get your strength. No struggle,
In the struggle,
no strength. No struggle, no strength.
strength.
No isolation, no preparation, and for sure, no celebration.
Come on.
You gotta have it. It's an order, and you gotta go through it, and it's a process, and you gotta stick with it. That's it.
You got to stick with it, and you have to trust the process. If you skip steps in the process, you won't see the success. So that is powerful. Sis, you broke it down. You walked that thing down. And like you said, from Chrysalis Club, it's just a full circle coming back.
Yes.
And I just love that you took time out of your schedule to sit down with me on today. It feel like we need a part 2, because it feel like we was rushing. It was like, oh my God, give me more.
We do. We're gonna meet in person. You already know we're gonna rock it out in person real soon.
Absolutely. Real soon. Matter of fact, I'm going to get with the girls, and I really feel God is really telling me that you are supposed to be in the room on June the 27th. So I most
already
definitely
put it on the calendar.
Thank you. I most definitely will be getting with you about that, because small package, powerful story.
Yes.
Powerful story. So listen, sis, you don't have to have it all together to be used by God. You just have to be willing. And I want everybody to remember that, because you are being built in the middle, and your impact is already in motion. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tapping into episode 4 with my girl, Kaneshia Brinson. We love you. I love you so much.
Love
and I
you
most
more.
definitely will be touching bases with you, okay? Have an amazing evening, and kiss those babies for me with their little cute self. Love you, sis.
Love you too. Have a good one.
You too.
Well,
Bye.
that's the end of episode 4, part 2. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you tap in, like, subscribe, share, and comment, and we'll see you next week. Let's go.